This advice is not for single people. Don't I look cute? Don't say when I get married I will, when I do I will. The rediscovering myself bits got me excited. Don't wait for anybody. Nobody's waiting for you. It's not news that I quit my job. You should know by now. If you don't know, it means that you've not been watching my videos. So fix up. Go back and go and watch all of the videos that you missed out on. But yeah, I quit my job, and that decision to quit my 9 to 5 was hard. Like, it was very hard. I'm not even going to lie. I'm not gonna lie. It was a very hard decision for me to make, which is why it took as long as it did for me to make it. It's been almost 2 months now since my last day. The day that I filmed that video was my last day, and that day to when I'm filming this one, it's been 2 months, and I've been asking myself in my head internally all the time if I can really chase my dreams as a mom. Can I really have it all? And I've had conversations here and there with other moms, and I realized that a lot of moms are facing the same dilemma, facing the same crossroads. I've had conversations with moms who have had to give up their jobs, take a break, pause, just because they cannot do both or they don't have help at home to be able to work. And I've spoken to moms who have continued to work, taking their children to daycare, or they have support and they have sort of like found a balance between the two. And I've come to the conclusion that whichever choice that you are making, there's always a drawback. There's always a concern, that little voice in your head asking if you can go as hard as you want to in this new phase of life. There's one thing that I've been telling myself in this season, just to console myself a little. I've been telling myself that this is just a season in my life that is temporal and is going to pass. But honestly, I know deep down that even though it's a season and that is going to pass, I'm going to lose a lot. Some. Let's break it down. So for moms like myself who have decided to take a break from 9 to 5 and try to figure out what their next stage, what their next phase of life is going to look like, we have decided to take a break, hoping that it's temporary and that we are going to go back after a certain period of time to work full time. But if we are being honest, I work like a regular 9 to 5. My organization or industry, because I don't plan to go back to the place where I was working before, I'm definitely going to find something new. So things would have moved on. So even in this break, I still have that pressure of keeping up with my skills, keeping up with news, keeping up with the way things are moving, so that I am not totally out of the loop of things when I decide to go back into the workforce. And I think that even though I'm making this conscious decision to keep up, nothing is going to prepare me for what I am going to see when I get back into work, because things would have moved on. You know, people would have moved on. My peers especially would have gone way ahead of me. So I also have to start preparing my mind for that period. It's going to take me working twice, 3 times as hard as people who have not taken any break. I have to work extra, prove myself extra to show that I am dedicated to work. It's not going to be easy going back to the workforce. So I am taking a break, figuring this whole season out, but also still have that lingering pressure that I need to keep up. I need to stay in the loop. I need to still network, keep relationships, so that when I'm ready to go back to the workforce, I am prepared. And even at that, I know that I would not be prepared enough. Even if I'm prepared skill-wise, I am sure that there are other things I'll have to tackle with when I go back to the workforce. And that's just what the reality is. Even though now I'm gaining that opportunity to raise my kids 100%, be there for them 100%, be their primary caregiver, and just, you know, experience all of the beautiful things that motherhood gives, I am also at a disadvantage when it comes to work, especially because I want to continue to work. That's just what the reality is. And if you look at other moms who have continued to work, so they took time off, maternity break, whatever length of time that is, and then they went back to work with their baby in daycare. It's always other people taking care of their kids, whether it's family or paid help or whatever. They have gone back to work, and you know, I don't think it's going to be that difficult to, oh, definitely it will be because I went back to work after maternity leave and I worked for a period of time. So it was hard, And this is me talking as somebody that worked from home. Oh. So imagine people who have to go out every morning to work. I'm sure that it must have been a very, very difficult, painful experience, because Nigerian maternity leave is 3 months. So it means that you are not even totally healed yourself, plus the breastfeeding moms, then the anxiety of leaving your child with somebody else. It's hard. I know it's hard. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So they are missing out on that side of things. They are not there for their kids. They have to work. But on the other end, they are back to work. They are putting in the work. Hopefully they get back to the groove of things really easily, really quickly, and then they continue to work without taking any break. They progress career wise. That is like a good thing. They are doing the appropriate work. They are doing what is needed to climb that corporate ladder. So that's what the situation of things is. Whichever decision that you're choosing to make is hard. Whether you're choosing to sacrifice your career growth, your financial benefits, financial stability, whatever it is, for you to raise your kids, or you're choosing to raise your kids despite your career stalling and you being in a financially tight corner for a period of time, whatever decision you're choosing is hard. Very, very hard. Financial stability and freedom is very, very, extremely important to me. Financial abuse is not cute. It's not cute at all. I think that there's something demeaning about having to depend on somebody for 100% of what you need financially. I think that's the only word I can use. I think it's just demeaning. Like every time you need something, you have to ask somebody, ask permission before spending. You cannot make certain decisions just because you cannot afford to. You cannot leave a bad, horrible situation because you cannot afford to. It's just like a sad situation to be in. It happens. I know. I've seen some of it, and I think it's just really, really sad. It's just really, really sad that you know that you are in a bad situation. You want to leave a bad situation, but you know that if you leave this bad situation, you are done for. Like, you are finished. You cannot leave because of the financial situation of things. You just choose to be in a bad, terrible situation. I think that it's just sad. It's sad. So it's something that personally is very, very, very important to me. I like having money, but unfortunately you have to work for the money. So here we are. Here we are. Before I became a mom, I was in my hustle. I cannot tell you guys the number of jobs that I've done in my lifetime. Like, I cannot tell you. But since I started doing corporate, I have worked my ass off. Weekends, long nights, targets, meetings, deadlines. Like, I have done it all. I complained though. I complained while I was doing it. Don't get me wrong. It's not like all the jobs that I did, not all of them were enjoyable. But I like the money that comes out of it. So we have had to stomach some things in order to get, the money out of it. But I did the job, and I think that I did my job well. I think that I'm great at what I do, and I like the pride that comes with that. I take pride in the work that I do, especially when it's excellent, when it's good. And I also own my mistakes as well. I am that person that will just own my mistake, apologize, and let's keep it moving. So I took pride in these things, that I am smart, I know what I'm doing, and I could use my brain and use it well. I love it. I like it for me. I like being dependable. I like being that person who can get the job done. So when they say go to Oninye, she's going to handle this, I like to be that kind of person. Then I became a mom, and it just started to feel like all of the things that I would do before effortlessly with a little complaint, like all of those things that I could do, all of the things that I could juggle, it just felt too much. It felt like they were becoming too much. They were becoming too heavy. I think that's the word to use, because too much is something that my job has always been and something that I could handle, but heavy was something that was new. It was something that I could not do it. So I needed to offload some things off my chest. And that was what quitting my 9 to 5 was and is for me. I need to figure out this whole new phase. I still have very big dreams, don't get me wrong. I have very, very big dreams that will scare my enemies. Like, it scares me and it will scare my enemies too. But the question now is, where do they fit? Where do all of these things that I want to do, where do they fit? Especially now. Motherhood is a full-time job. There are no breaks, no vacation, no closing time. You can't switch off really. It's like a continuous thing. You are always on. You are required to be always on, especially as your child grows, as they learn to do things on their own. My baby is walking now, and God, chasing after that girl and redirecting her is a full-time job. You have to be vigilant 24/7 with her all of the time, coupled with other things that you need to do as well. So it's pretty tasking, but it's also very, very rewarding. It's love filled, it's fulfilling. Like, I cannot express to you the joy that I feel when my daughter is happy, fed, she's well, healthy. Is a fulfilling job, but it doesn't take away the hard work that it requires. I have found myself trying to do everything, to be it all, to have it all. I have tried to be the wife, the present mom, the employee who gets things done, who is dependable, and also still find time for myself and my creative outlets. And honestly, I just got tired. I had to pause and ask myself seriously, what is important to me in this season? And the honest answer to that question was my family, my daughter, my peace, myself. I don't think that quitting my job is giving up. I see it as creating room for me to breathe, room for me to be, room for me to re-strategize, get myself together, make sure that I'm fine mentally, emotionally, physically, take care of me first. That's what I see it as. I cannot just keep burning and burning and burning from an empty place. I have to be good by myself, in myself, with myself, in order to do all of these big things that I have planned. I feel I need space to rediscover who I am. I am on this journey of rediscovery. By the way, don't I look cute? I have been enjoying this look. God, I don't know why it took me this long to get into mini twist, but I'm digressing, guys. The rediscovering myself bits got me excited. But yeah, I'm trying to learn this new person, trying to learn myself more, get to know me more, and see if even all of the dreams that I have planned fit into this new person. And if they do not, how do I realign? If they do, how do I proceed? That's what I'm choosing to see this period as. If you've watched up to this point and you're still wondering what the answer to the original question is, can you still chase your dream as a mom? My opinion, my answer, being 100% honest, is yes. Yes, 110%. You can still chase your dreams as a mom. Motherhood does not have to put a full stop to all of your dreams and aspirations. It doesn't have to change the course of your entire life. I don't think so. But one thing that I've learned on this journey is that dreams evolve, and it's okay for dreams to evolve. Because sometimes when we make these plans, we don't put into considerations all of the challenges of life. So you work based on the information that you have, and when you come in contact with new information, in this instance being motherhood, you are allowed to take that into consideration and go back to the drawing board and sort of plan again based on the new information that you have. And as you live, as you grow, as your situation change, you continue to gather information, and you continue to plan according to the information that you have. I don't think that it is wise to be stuck on a plan that you made when you were still single, you don't have any responsibilities, you did not take into consideration whether or not you get married, whether or not you have kids, and then you have those things and you are still stuck on your old plan. I don't think that's going to work. This advice is not for single people. If you are single and you have big plans, chase it like you don't know anybody in this world. Like chase it like you don't have any responsibilities, which you don't have, at least not the sort of responsibility that ties you to a family and a kid. Don't wait for anything. Don't say when I get married I will, when I do I will. Whatever plans you have right now, run with it. This is for married women whose situation have changed and they are struggling. It's making peace with the fact that they have to change course. This video is for you. If you are single, close your ears. It's not for you at all. Face your front and do what is required. Don't wait for anybody. Nobody is waiting for you. So go and do your thing. But yeah, it's okay to replan, to take into consideration all of the information that you have now and work with that. Your dreams are still valid. Motherhood can slow it down, pause it for a bit, but it shouldn't make it disappear. Like you shouldn't just forget about all of the plans that you have for yourself. Don't do that. You're allowed to take a break. You're allowed to feel overwhelmed. You're allowed to rest. You're allowed to take a break without feeling guilt. You're allowed to do all of that, but ensure that you are not putting a total full stop on things just because you are a mom, especially if you don't want to. As for me, right now I'm just figuring things out. I'm leaning into motherhood and trying to create space for my creative endeavors. Subscribe to my channel if you are not yet subscribed. I hope that sharing this video will give you the permission that you need to do the same. Let me know in the comment section, how are you balancing? How are you managing motherhood with your business, your job, your content creation career, whatever it is you are doing? How are you balancing both? Please, I need all of the help and advice that I can get. I need it for me and for other moms who would also be reading the comments. So drop it in the comment section. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching. If you liked it, if you think other moms will learn from this, please share. Please share. Subscribe to my channel if you are not yet subscribed, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.